What's up? I'm Troubleshoot. Hytale's been out for a hot minute and the ever-growing mods list keeps getting bigger. With over 3,000 mods available right now, I've gone through literally all of them, every single page, finding the best quality of life mods so you can get a better experience from Hytale. This video covers everything from enchanting tables to different storage boxes, functional armor stands, and so much more. Before we begin, if you'd like to play with friends, I'd highly recommend checking out Apex Hosting. If you're looking for a powerful server host to set up and get playing with your friends with basically no hassle, no port forwarding, no firewalls, nothing like that, head across to the first link in the description down below where you can find powerful hardware, great customer support, automated backups, unlimited slots, and so much more with Apex Hosting, a fantastic Hytale, Minecraft, and other game host. Check the top of the page for the current coupon code. Right now it's APEX25 for 25% off your first order, but if you use code Hytale40, you get 40% off your first order. When you're ready to start playing with friends, head to the Hytale banner, click Get Your Server, choose your server's size and power, and in no time you'll have a powerful, dedicated server running 24/7 for you and your friends to play on. A huge shout out to Apex Hosting for sponsoring this guide. Obviously, there are so many mods out there, and I won't be able to cover literally everything, but that being said, we're going to run through a couple of the best quality of life mods to make your experience in-game a lot better. While you're running around, if you run out of storage space, check out NoCube's Simple Bags. You can craft yourself 3 different bags, for which you can open them at any time and use them like backpack storages. Also, alternatively, NoCube's Resource Bags are themed bags which come in a couple of different colors, being craftsmen's, foragers, geologists, decorators, diggers, chefs, alchemists, lumberjacks, and the miner's bag. If you don't want specific bags, just go for the Simple Bags mod. Enabling both of them, you'll see a couple of new items added into the game. Of course, either just being the simple bag, the greater bag, lesser bag, and medium bag, but if you choose to install one with different flavors, you got all of them here too. Grabbing a couple of bags, you can simply place them on your hotbar and then right-click with them in your hand to open them up. Here's the medium, the greater, and of course, the different flavors where we can put specific items into them. This medium farmer's bag, for example, can't take any general item, it's only plants, crops, and seeds, but the regular bags, of course, take as many items as you wish. Definitely a very useful mod. Then, of course, while you're adventuring, you'll likely be dual-wielding a torch and a pick, simply just placing it in your offhand, which is great, but of course, if you want to upgrade to something like a lantern, which provides more aesthetic light, unfortunately, this is a two-handed item. We're not able to place it in our offhand, you either use a torch or nothing. But one-handed lanterns is a very simple mod that solves this. Just enable it, and now you're able to place lanterns in your offhand for a far more aesthetically pleasing adventure. Then, more items which you aren't able to craft. The glider, which can only be found, can now be craftable with a very simple mod. Just install it, head across to a workbench, and under the Tinkering tab at the very bottom, you'll now find Glider. You'll obviously need to upgrade your bench to tier 2, but once you do, you can craft yourself the glider, and once you've crafted it, you're able to climb into a height, jump off, hold left click, and now you can glide in different directions. At least you don't need to find it now. Then for some more functionality in your base, you may have already crafted a training dummy, but you'll see that when you go to attack the thing, using any kind of sword, well, nothing happens. But with this simple mod, your existing training dummies won't be upgraded, but placing down a new one, you see that this one is actually animated, and you can beat it, test out your DPS, and things like that. Definitely rather useful. Then this next section builds upon storage. I've already spoken about those bags you can carry with you, but there's a couple more mods that make life a lot easier. First of all, into the pack, this automatically places matching items when you pick them up into your backpack, utility slots, or other container items in your inventory. So if we get ourselves some seeds, place them into a storage container of some kind, like that there. If we drop these on the ground, for example, and run over them to pick them up, they won't go to your inventory. Instead, they'll go into your container slots just like this. So if you place one of each seed in here, for example, while you're farming, collecting crops, things like that, leaving items behind you, you can just run over them as you're playing the game and they'll immediately appear inside of any container in your inventory, much like these seeds into my farmer's bag here. Then if you've collected far too many items, the Simply Trash mod, instead of getting rid of items by dropping them in a hole and covering it, a much more FPS friendly way of getting rid of items is to craft yourself a new trash can, which, when placed down, interact, put anything inside of here, and when you do, The moment you close it, everything is binned and deleted. Rather useful, but of course there's no back button for this, so make sure you know what you're actually throwing away before you do. Then of course, while you're running around and building your base, one of the items you're likely to place expecting some functionality is a wardrobe. However, running up to it, you can't do anything with it. All wardrobes are like this. They're completely uninteractable. They just are there to look pretty. But with better wardrobes, you actually get some storage space inside of them. This mod is insanely popular for what it is. Just install it, interact with the wardrobe, and you've got a bunch of space. However, if you'd like even more storage from different furniture bits, check out functional furniture, which of course adds storage space to basically all of the building blocks you'd expect to have storage ready. For example, wardrobes, shelves, and bookshelves, which while you can craft them, you aren't able to interact with them at all. Hopping back in game, you can now interact with existing wardrobes, which you might need to replace. But once you do, you can open them up and get some storage. The same goes for shelves. Yep, we'll need to replace that, but there you go, we've got some storage space here. The same thing goes for bookcases. Now, of course, as your storage needs grow, we've already added some space with wardrobes, bookshelves, etc., but the metal storage barrels mod expands your barrel abilities from just 2, which don't do anything once placed. You've now got a bunch of them which you can choose from, and of course, picking up a new one, you can plonk it down and you get some storage from it. The different crafting materials give you more or less storage space, expanding your base from mainly just using chests to something a bit more aesthetically pleasing. If that's still not enough, storage crates adds a mega block crate. This mod gives us a bunch of different crates we can use, which, based on what you make them with, go from small to medium and large. However, if you grab the mega storage, you plonk it down, it's a gigantic box with a ton of space inside of it, definitely looking rather big. Then as your base storage expands, you'll obviously be looking for where things are. With the Where This At mod, you can place down a new item and search for something in nearby chests. Then it'll highlight exactly where you can get it. Grab yourself a inventory lectern, place it down in your base and interact with it where you can now search for items in nearby chests. You can enable find mode for a click something and it'll highlight the chest where your items are actually located so you can very easily see what you're looking for. But if you'd like a cheatier way around, turn off find mode and just grab whatever you want directly from nearby crates. Also, deposit only if chest contains items allows you to place items back into the chest as long as they're somewhere in your system to keep them sorted. But if you turn this off, you can place whatever items you want inside of it and it places it in the nearest chest / nearest chest with spaces. Definitely a very powerful tool, but of course, once you got yourself a ton of items, it's of course great to run around with all of them, but if you happen to meet your untimely demise somewhere, well, of course, you'll be leaving most of your inventory behind, but you've got a limited time to return back there before your items actually despawn and they're gone forever. Instead, the Gravestone mod actually adds a gravestone when you die with some configurable settings. This is also great for multiplayer servers where you can actually restrict gravestones to only the player that owns them. So you travel out, you pop once more. This time, when you respawn, the items that are otherwise left behind are now actually stored away safely in a gravestone that's super easy to get back to, use, and you'll get your items back immediately. Then a couple of world-focused items. First of all, Tree Harvester. While already you can cut down trees very quickly, this mod actually expands on that. You'll also need the mod Hybrid installed as well. But you can now grab yourself a hatchet, get across to a tree, and chop it down as you'd expect. You get everything you usually do, but if you instead hold crouch while chopping it, it'll actually replant a sapling behind, and obviously as well dig up any roots below it. So if we head across to this tree here, and we chop it halfway up, you'll see the entire thing vanishes, including what's below it, which doesn't happen if we chop a tree like normal without holding our crouch button at all. This mod is configurable, so you can get that to happen without having to hold crouch, but at least now when you dig up tons of wood, you're not going to be left with a barren landscape with no trees in sight. Then, speaking of farming, No Cubes cultivation makes farming a lot more comfortable. This mod adds new watering cans and new fertilizers to grow more faster. Although, of course, farming has seen major rebalancing and updates with the most recent Hytale update, this mod is still mostly relevant. The same goes for the sprinklers mod, which will automatically keep nearby soil hydrated. Just craft one of these, put it down, and based on which one you use, you can craft yourself a sprinkler and keep your farmland nice and hydrated by just placing one of these on top of a water source. It should start spitting out water, keeping nearby crops hydrated. Of course, based on whatever kind of sprinkler you have in place, it should water closer or further out. That's it. They just work quietly in the background, and there's a small animation of them wiggling back and forth. Not sure why there's no water squirting out from it, but maybe that's coming in the future. Then for even more farming, No Cubes Orchard, this mod adds a couple of different fruit trees we can craft, and of course some fruit juice. And now with all of these new items, we've got a fruit press orchard bench. We can actually put down our orchard bench, and inside of it, craft some fertilizer, a fruit press, and fruit juice. On the second tab, we can also craft saplings, starting off with just pears, but we can upgrade it as we get more and more fruit. Switching to a server with time, it'll eventually grow and of course get some fruit on it as time goes by. Then one of the mods you've undoubtedly heard about, Lucky Mining. This mod lets you run around, find ores as you usually do, but when you dig one up, you have a chance of it actually expanding into blocks surrounding it. I didn't get it to pop here, but the more blocks you dig, the higher your chance is. So eventually you should see that an ore spreads from just a few into one of its neighbors. You'll hear a noise and see a small light when it actually does happen. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. It happened. It made the noise and it spread to the block right next to it. Now, of course, running around and finding ores is rather difficult. There's a small shimmer to these, but it's definitely not much at all. To make mining a lot easier, check out Glowing Ore, which is a mod that makes ore shine a lot brighter, making it stick out infinitely more. Obviously, it might not do wonders for the aesthetics, but it makes the game a heck of a lot easier. And now you can see these things from way further away, a lot easier, making life infinitely better. And there we have it, and actually spread again. Now, of course, if you still want things to be even easier, check out Condensed Ores. While it's not a complete cheat code, you'll once in a while find some vanilla ores spawning in the world, spawning as condensed, which gives you 3 times the number of ingots. Eventually, you might be lucky enough to find some dense ore, and when you do, it can be in one of 3 variants, 2, 3, or 5 times, all dropping from the same kind of ore. If we put it down vanilla, all the way through to 5x, you'll see we get 1 from vanilla, then 2, 3, and of course 5 depending on what we actually found. This can speed things up quite a bit in a way that doesn't feel too cheaty. And of course, if things are still getting cramped while you're out farming, especially on super long runs, bigger ore stacks allows you to stack all of the vanilla ores up to 100 instead of just 25. Then another very simple quality of life mod, Useful Sticks, allows you to repurpose sticks into wood logs or planks and the other way around. Right now at a workbench, you can't do either of these, but by enabling Useful Sticks, you can actually now craft a Useful Sticks stick repurposer workbench, place it down, and inside of it, you can duplicate your planks just by combining a couple of sticks and an existing block to choose your different colors and craft them. On the next tab, we can also craft trunks, and finally, we can convert any wood to sticks in here as well. Of course, there's also stone to rubble, which allows basically the same thing, just with stone. Then auto doors is a pretty interesting mod. This one allows you to run a command, and whenever you get close enough to a door, it'll just open for you. Same thing for closing. If we go ahead and put down a door or head to an existing one, you should see that it opens and closes as soon as we head in and out of range. So, just like that, you can very easily enter and exit your base, other buildings, etc. without the hassle of having to interact in the first place. While it's a super niche mod, it's a nice one to have for a small touch. Something that is definitely incredibly useful to certain people, Rail Bender. Right now, in order to change the way that rails face, you need to just sort of hope for the best. This mod allows you to actually change it just by interacting with it. So if we grab some rail and start building ourselves something, it's rather intuitive right now. But of course, if you decide to change something later on, you can't just go back to it and replace it and hope for things to work. Not to mention, what about heading uphill? Well, placing blocks and things on top of it does help, assuming you align things right. But with a rail bender, we can actually either download the version that allows us to interact with these rails, or we can get the version that works with a hammer, which we can just interact with a rail to change it between all the different states, from up to down to crossroads and so much more. A very useful tool for certain people building intricate roller coasters and things like that in ways that you might not expect to work super easily. Obviously, nearby chunk updates can cause things to reset back to their previous state, but just using a hammer or interacting will get things back to where you were hoping pretty quickly. you can make some pretty crazy things. Then for some other quality of life mods, Panda's Adventure Pick Block. Right now in creative mode, you can middle click to choose whatever item you're looking at, so you can immediately start building and placing. But even if we have hundreds of these things in our inventory in adventure mode, middle clicking doesn't actually do anything, and we instead need to move things around by hand to get to what we want. With the Adventure Pick Block mod active, we can middle click on blocks to select them and immediately start building as you'd hope. Rather useful. As everyone knows, when you fire off an arrow, it either vanishes into an enemy or into the ground, and you're unable to pick it up. That's where it sits. Recover arrows is a simple solution to that, where you can now miss your shots and actually go across to pick up the arrow. This should save you quite a bit of crafting, especially if your shots don't hit the mark. For the other form of PvP and PvE, Perfect Parries actually adds a parrying combat mechanic, parry mechanic, where if you block in just the right time, you'll actually completely block an oncoming enemy attack. It's one of the most popular mods out there. Combined with the Perfect Dodges mod, you can also cancel damage in a very similar Souls-like way. Hit E, your second ability slot, to perform a quick dodge. And of course, the Perfect Parries mod, you're now able to parry oncoming attacks to completely negate damage, apply a bit of knockback, and even a bit of damage to your enemy. Pretty cool. Nothing, though, could prepare you for fighting one of these things. Anyways, if you've played Minecraft, you're probably used to the enchanting mechanic, and while there isn't something like that just yet in Hytale by default, the Simple Enchantments mod actually adds an enchanting table to the game, where we can apply actually quite a few different enchantments at this point. There's 18 of them, which cover all of the very useful enchanting mods from extra damage to protection, feather falling, etc. Grabbing ourselves a new enchanting table, we can put one down. We don't need to surround this one with books. Open it up, and based on the tier, we've got access to a few different enchantment scrolls. 4 different tabs. We've got armor, tools, melee, and ranged, for which we've all got different enchantments we can apply to different tools, armor, etc. If we grab, say, the Scroll of Dexterity, reduces stamina costs, or we upgrade it first and grab a better one, just for an example, like the Scroll of Dexterity 3, this reduces stamina costs by 60%. All we need to do is use the item in our inventory, choose an item to use it with, and once we do, our sword or whatever we choose to play around with should be enchanted. Now, you'll see on screen whatever enchantment it has, in this case Dexterity 3. Swinging this around should greatly reduce our energy expended compared to a regular sword, which should use a lot more energy just from swinging it around. And finally, the most nerdy of all of them, the Discord RPC extensions, for which I think there's more than a few. Yeah, there's quite a few. These mods basically just add a playing Hytale rich presence into Discord. More than just you're in-game in Hytale, it'll actually say what world you're on, with how many people, how many minutes, and what you're currently doing, from crafting, writing, exploring, etc., to just a more basic one where it doesn't say quite as much. I'll link this one down below, Simple Discord RPC, as it seems to be quite a bit more advanced. There's more things going on here. Just download it, add it to your game, and people can then click your profile to see how many people you're playing with, and of course, what you're currently doing in game, if that's what you like. But yeah, that's basically that. That's everything I've got to show you for this quality of life video. I have got another one cooking up with even more quality of life mods. A lot of these here may be hit or miss, but I'm sure that there's a few of these that have piqued your interest, so do let me know down below which mods you'll be installing, as some of them do add quite a bit to this game. Hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and a special thank you to Apex Hosting for sponsoring this guide. I'll see you all next time. Ciao.